Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be doing my first pregnancy vlog. Now, it took me a long time to make this video, so if you subscribe to my channel from a post that you saw in the Marriage Club on Facebook, I do apologize for making you guys wait for so long, but I was so sick, and I'll get into that later on in the video. So I'm just now starting to get around to feeling like myself, getting out the bed, trying to do things on my own. So I thought that this would be a great time to go ahead and film the video. Now, I do have my iPad here, so if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything in this video since it's been such a long time so far. So right now, today I am 14 weeks pregnant. This is my first baby, so I'm really excited. My husband and I, we are like very overjoyed with the news of this upcoming baby. So it has been a roller coaster, but I'm finally getting to a place now where I'm starting to enjoy it. So I'm really excited about it. So I'm just gonna go through a couple of things, how I found out I was pregnant. I did have kind of sort of complications early on with bleeding. And then I'm also just gonna talk about what to expect from this channel going forward. So, many people already know my husband is in the Army. He's a captain, and he deployed back in November. So we had just actually moved, well, I actually just moved back here to St. Louis in October of last year. So we drove from Washington all the way to Missouri, and I just wasn't feeling right. Like, I wasn't feeling myself. I did come on my cycle during like the road trip here. So I know at that time I wasn't pregnant, but looking back now, that's like when it started for me, like early on. I think I got pregnant like right after I came off of my period, looking back at it now. So when we got back here, we went out a lot. Like, we was going out, we were drinking, going to hookah bars. Like, I was really trying to have as much fun with him as possible because I knew he would be gone a while. But just during that time, I just felt very overwhelmed. Like, I think when you find out that you're pregnant and you look back at the symptoms, you try to like pinpoint exactly when it could have happened. And the symptoms I had, I was extremely tired, like extremely tired. I couldn't even hold my nephew, which at the time, I think he was about 3 or 4 months. I remember them being down here and I was holding him and I was falling asleep as I was holding him. And I'm like, my goodness, what's wrong with me? I thought at the time that I was just tired because I was going out. I had just moved back to St. Louis, and then I had started school. Like, right away, I picked up 2 late start classes because once he left, I wanted something to do to take my mind off of him being gone. And just like, you know, I wasn't working at the time, so I just wanted something to keep me going, if you can say that. But yeah, I was just like so tired. I was very moody. Like, I feel like me and my husband argued so much, like right before he left. And when I found out I was pregnant, he laughed at it now. He's like, oh, that's why you was acting so crazy before I left. But yeah, so he deployed November 15th, I believe. And a couple days before that, I remember just being like extremely tired. I keep saying that, but it's the only thing I can remember looking back now. I was feeling like a little queasy, but I thought at that time that I was going to be coming on my cycle, so I thought maybe I was like cramping a little bit, like I was prepping to come on, and I didn't. But at that time, it was a week before my period was to start. So the way my cycle is, I have an app that lets me know when I'm supposed to come on. For the most part, it's correct. Sometimes I come on earlier, so I thought I was just getting ready to come on my period, but no. So the morning he was deploying, well, I had already told him a couple days before, like, hey babe, I think I might be pregnant this time. And he's like, you really think so? I'm like, yeah, I just been like really tired. I just didn't feel right. I don't know, it was just something about, I just didn't feel like myself. So I actually went and got a pregnancy test that Friday, and he was deploying Saturday. And I didn't take it for some reason. I don't know why, but I just didn't take it. So Saturday morning, I got up early. It was a couple hours before we were due to take him to the airport. And I took the test and I set it on the counter in the bathroom. I'm just sitting there like scrolling through Facebook. You know, in the morning you just like going through like all the blogs, looking at all the gossip on the celebrities and stuff like that. And something told me to look over, but then me being me, I was like, not gonna worry about it, because I really didn't think that it would be positive, even though I felt something was off. Excuse me. So I just took the test. I waited a little bit, and I was just like on Instagram for like 30 minutes on the toilet. So when I finally got done, I looked over and I saw that it was positive, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know how I felt at the time. I don't feel like I had the chance to be happy that moment that I found out, just because of everything that was going on that day. Like, he was leaving and I knew that he would be gone a while. So finding out that I was pregnant on top of that, it was just like a lot of emotions that I had to try to work through in such a short period of time, because I didn't want to come off being sad or upset. I just didn't want any of my emotions to rub off on him, because he was already preparing his thoughts, you know, leaving me behind, and then finding out that I'm pregnant and he's leaving me behind. It was really hard on him. But he was so happy. Like, when I came in to tell him, I showed him the test, he just like jumped up. He was like, baby, you serious? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah, like I'm pregnant. So he hugged me really tight, told me he loved me, he'd be there for me. And he was just so happy. Like, I moved back in here with my parents, so because I had been gone for 2 years, so I didn't want to get an apartment here to be alone again with him being gone. So I thought it would be best for me to move in with my parents, that way I could have people around me. And I'm so glad I did it that way, because, you know, of course we didn't know we'd be pregnant right before he left, but I'm so glad that I did, because it was really hard on, like, I'm 14 weeks now, but the first 12 weeks I was sick so much. I couldn't even get out of bed. Like, some days I just laid there and just didn't do anything. I just started to feel really down on myself. It made me not feel as happy about the pregnancy at times, because it was like, you know, okay, I know that I'm pregnant. I know my body is going to go through changes, but at that time I just wasn't happy about it, because I was sick all the time, like days. I was just lay in the bed, get up to shower, you know, brush my teeth, eat a little bit, and just lay back down. Like, I had no energy to do anything. So that was part of the reason too why it took so long to upload this video, because I just didn't have the energy in me. I had like nothing in me. Like, it was just like the life got sucked out of me. I'm like, dang, like this is what pregnancy is about. But yeah, I'm finally getting to the point now where I'm like, not at the peak, but I'm like, you know, moving up, or maybe, you know, moving through like the sickness part or whatever. But yeah, I'm in a much better place. I did have some bleeding, I think the 4th or 5th week. I remember going to my grandmother's house. I just went to visit her, and I went to the restroom and I noticed that it was a little bit of blood on the tissue. So, you know, it's my first pregnancy, and you know, you would hear about bleeding in the first trimester is normal, but I just didn't want to chance anything or just let it go by and just say, oh, well, you know, I read it was normal, so I know it's normal. I wanted to go to a doctor to be sure that the baby was okay. So I ended up going to the emergency room. They did an ultrasound, and I believe they saw the sac, but they didn't see anything in it. So that really scared me, because it's like, okay, am I having a miscarriage? Is the baby not there? They didn't see like any, you know, little heartbeat or anything like that. And granted, the baby was so small that they couldn't see that anyway. But, you know, just hearing stuff like that, it did make me scared. So 2 weeks after that, I had to follow up with my OB, and I went in for the ultrasound, and I got to see my pumpkin. So I was really relieved to know that the baby was okay. The heartbeat was there. Everything was developing as it should. It looked at like it is a normal pregnancy for the gestational age that it is right now. So I was really happy about that. So I will say that even if it isn't your first baby, if you do have some bleeding early on, don't feel bad about checking, because even afterwards, like I told a couple people about it, and they're like, oh well, that was normal, like you shouldn't have worried about that, but it's your body, it's your baby, so it's going to be up to you to make sure that the baby is okay. So I was really happy I did that. It was a scary time because I didn't want to go there and be told that I was miscarrying or losing my baby. And I started to feel guilty because I was so sick at that time. Sometimes I thought, you know, I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but it's just how I felt at the time. Like I wasn't happy about it because I was so sick. So that moment when I started bleeding, I was really like, you know, Lord, if I seemed ungrateful, if I, you know, portrayed like this isn't what I wanted, please forgive me. Like, please don't let anything happen to my baby. Like, I really, at that moment, I felt like everything like turned around for me. It's like, okay, I'm grateful. If I have to be sick the full 9 months, whatever I got to go through for my baby, as long as they're healthy, I will go through that. And I'm trying not to cry because it was a scary moment. And then to not have your husband there with you because he's away. Like it was a really scary time. I just feel like my situation is really unique because there are a lot of people that go through pregnancy with their spouse being gone, but it's like, sorry. I should have grabbed some tissue if I know I was going to be crying. Okay. But it's like finding out the day of him leaving. It was just a lot because even after like the ER visit and I went to the doctor now, I do have a great support system, so I can't say that. My parents are wonderful, my siblings, his mom, his sister, his brother. They make sure they check up on me. They make sure I have everything I need. Like my parents, they do my laundry for me. They cook for me. So I do have that support while he's away. But I just didn't think that being pregnant for the first time that I would have to go through this whole thing without him being here. So it's just like, it doesn't matter. I don't even want to say that, but nobody can take his place of being there. So I just get sad sometimes about it. Although I'm grateful because I do feel like I haven't cried that much about him being away. And I feel like that's because I am pregnant. Like I feel like he left a piece of himself with me. So I am grateful for that. So I try to stay strong for the baby. I try not to make myself too upset. I try not to cry a lot because, you know, if you're stressed out, then the baby is stressed out, and I don't want anything to happen to my baby. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. So my due date is July 24th. I'm super excited. My husband, he will get time off to come be with me for the birth. So I just pray to God. I put out there in the universe that baby will stay in the full 9 months, that he will not come early. And I'm only saying he because we both really want a boy, but I found out what I'm having on March the 2nd or 3rd. It's a Tuesday. I can't remember if it was the 2nd or the 3rd, but the first Tuesday in March, I found out what I'm having. But I just hope the baby stays in long enough for him to get here. Excuse me. I really want him to be in the birth. And one thing I can say, I don't know if a lot of you women have had this, being pregnant, but I burp all the time. Like all day long, I'm burping. Like it's so embarrassing. I know that my doctor did say your body produces a lot of progesterone, the hormone, when you're pregnant, and that can come out through burping or farting. So I guess I should be glad it's not coming out the other end, but I burp all day, like all day long. I'm burping. Like, if you guys ever experienced that, leave a comment below. Let me know if you did anything to help relieve that, because it's disgusting. I burp all day. I do take these Vitafusion prenatal vitamins. It's the gummy kind. I have to take these twice a day. The flavor is natural raspberry lemonade. I mean, they're not too bad. Like with any vitamin, you may feel a little bit of queasiness taking them because it has so much in there. Now, the first 12 weeks taking this, I sick as a dog, and just the thought of chewing that made me sick. But now I'm starting to feel better. I take these twice a day and it's nothing now. Like, I can take them. I don't feel anything. I don't feel nauseous after taking it. I don't have any issues. So I do feel like I'm finally at that curve. Like, I'm turning around, starting to feel better about myself. I'm starting to feel good. I'm able to get up, get dressed, like do more things, go out more. Because I'm telling you, the first 12 weeks, I was just a mess. And what's so crazy is, like I said, I just moved back here in October, and I picked up 2 late start classes. Now, before I left St. Louis, I got accepted to the nursing program here. So I should have graduated this past December, but I decided to follow my husband to Washington. And I'm glad I did, because I feel like if I would have started at that time, I wouldn't have been as focused, and I probably wouldn't have did good in the program. I'm just be honest. So now I'm more focused. He's away. I'm pregnant, and I have a goal. I'm really doing this for my baby now. So I have a goal. They're going to be 1 when I graduate. So I'm really excited about it now. So I did start nursing school on Wednesday. So I'm so excited about it. Yesterday was our first lab. Just some basic stuff, you know, starting out. We learned how to change a patient's gown when they have an IV in, and how to make a bed correctly, how to change sheets and linen with a person changing bed linen in an occupied bed. So that was exciting. So I'm just grateful to God for everything. I was really concerned about starting nursing school, being pregnant right now, but to me it works out fine, because we don't go to school in the summertime in the particular program I'm in. So I'll have enough time to rest and nest and, you know, be with my baby for a couple of weeks before that second semester starts up. But yeah, so I do want to thank you guys for subscribing. There will be a lot more videos coming out now that I'm starting to feel myself and feel good again, and, you know, be in good spirits. I'm able to vlog. So what to expect from this channel: you guys are going to see me become a mom for the first time. I will do a gender reveal video. I'm also going to vlog the baby shower. I'm going to vlog the day my husband comes back. I know that's going to be so emotional, because I think about him coming back, and I'm just like really counting down to July. It's like July, that month itself is going to mean so much to me. It's going to be our 5 years that we've been together anniversary. We've been married 1 year, but it'll be 5 years, so we've been together. My husband will be coming home for a couple of weeks, and then we get to celebrate the birth of our baby. So I'm really looking forward to July. And then you guys will also see me become a nurse. So yeah, it's a lot to expect from this channel. And I know a lot of people who have like the really big channels, and when you start to follow them, it's like, okay, where do I start? And then when you get so big, it's almost like they run out of ideas, and they're just making the same videos over and over again. So with this channel, it is new. I'm just starting out. I'm not like good with all the editing and, you know, the sound effects and all of that stuff yet, but it will be really organic. Like, I'm in my room right now recording, so I don't have like this big fancy setup or anything yet. But yes, I will take you guys along with me to my appointments and things like that. You'll get to see my family on other vlogs. But yeah, so you'll just see me coping with pregnancy, nursing school, all of that while hubby is deployed. So Shout out to all the military servicemen and women, all the families. We are all one family. You guys are my support system as well while he's gone. So yeah, I believe that is all I had to talk about today. Yeah, I'm still early on with the pregnancy, and I don't want it to be too long because I don't want it to be so boring for people. But yeah, you guys will see our baby constantly grow. I'm going to do, I do want to get a doula, so I do have a couple people in mind. I haven't had a chance to meet up with anyone yet, just because we're kind of back and forth with that. And then like I said, I was so sick I couldn't even do anything, so I will vlog that meeting too. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and my next appointment is on the 15th. No, the 18th of February, so I will vlog that. I will insert a clip now. I did have an appointment this past Tuesday, and it was actually my first time hearing my baby's heartbeat, so I was very emotional. I think I cried like damn near the whole day, like off and on. I was just like so emotional, and even having the video now, I just watch it like multiple times a day. Like, I talk to my baby. I do have a pregnancy app that tells you like by week where the baby is at, what they're doing. So right now my baby is able to open and close their hands, their eyelids. They're asleep most of the time, but they should be able to hear sounds. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. There will be more videos coming soon. I will be doing another video in a couple of days just on belly care, because I don't care about gaining weight, being pregnant. Like, you're going to gain weight. There's really no way around it unless you starve yourself, and I'm not doing that. So I will lose the weight, but my main concern is stretch marks on my stomach. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I don't want a bunch of stretch marks. So I'll show you like the little routine that I've been doing, and hopefully it works. So yeah, just stay tuned for the second video, and thanks for subscribing.
That's your baby. She crying. It's very emotional. Hi, Mommy. You hear it, Mom? It's a beautiful thing. Life in you is so beautiful. I'm gonna quit. It's too early for me to be crying. Beautiful. You've got life in you, honey. It's there. Baby is doing fine. It's out of the pelvis. Here you go. It's out of the pelvis, and we can now hear it without an ultrasound. The heart rate is normal. It's in the 160s. It's very fast, which it's supposed to be at this point in time. It's a beautiful thing. When's your baby due? July what?
24th.
So you close to when my daughter's due. My daughter's due the 19th. It's her first one. Oh, she's all in a, just like you, just all.